The thing I was hoping to do today was show you that really a lot of this information for folks in particular who said, hey, this terrifies me to write a grant. You're already doing it. You've got it written in a lot of places, your communication. Communication is part of sustainability. It's all tied together. This fund development you're trying to do, sustainability. You've already started doing some of this. And so I want to give you all a chance to create your own, if you will, brief pitch. So here's an example. And I don't know that this is an issue. Honestly, I have to say, I just picked something that might be an issue. So if I'm incorrect, my apologies. So the first thing it will go back to is, hey, what's the problem statement? What's the issue? So I just wrote high prevalence of mental health issues among youth in Cook County. So then what am I going to do? If I want to prove that, I'm going to go back and check that. So if I'm running, say, a mentoring program, I'm running it to address this, I'm going to go back and look at statistics, ideally specifically within my community, and ideally specifically within the youth I might be working with. So I'm saying that mentoring is the solution. Then the next step I need to do is say, well, why mentoring? Why is mentoring a solution? You might know it because of some of your own evaluations. So if you look off over here on capacity, why your organization, past evaluations have shown success in. And so ideally you're doing evaluation, you know the numbers of the kids who've come through, there's a goal you're trying to reach with those kids, and you're able to show that you've done that. You might also know it because there's things that have been written about it. People often call that a literature review, but it's really just looking at what researchers or other people have found out about that particular intervention it is you want to do. And honestly, sometimes one of the greatest things is the person who's funding you gives you that information right up. If they want to fund you for mentoring and they list it as something that they want to fund, they're going to tell you why it's important. So let's go back over here, the thing that you've been doing throughout this workshop. These are why your organization. So you're going to think compelling. Why is it my organization? So I just gave a couple of examples. You have experience with it. You have an established program. Your evaluation has shown A plus B plus C. Your staff's really good at working with kids, in particular these kids. You have really good relationships with, and so you list who those folks are. So this is a lot of words, I have to say. I don't know if it's the best example. I was afraid it's taking up too much of your screen, but I was trying to show you kind of broken out. I have to say it is more than 3 to 5 words, and I did have more than a minute to do it. But the idea is you just start out with your organization name. This is the name of the organization I used to run in rural California. It was Mountain Passages. What issue do I normally address? I put mental health issues. How am I doing that? I put through mentoring. Where am I doing it? I did it in Cook County for how many ever years. And then you start looking through, well, what's my evaluation say? So my evaluation says I served 100 in a year-long program. You might have served 200, 500, 10. It doesn't matter, but you want to tell people how many you've served in that community. And then this is just about your evaluation results, what you know. I gave examples that may have happened or not, but 90% increased connection to community and adults. It's one of the ways you address ACEs. 95% increased belonging. You know, almost everybody in the program said they enhanced their coping skill. And then if you've got time, today you probably won't have time, so it might be your next step when you're creating your pitch. You can go back and talk about how it has an effect, and you can highlight a person. My son's name is Mateo, so I put him in there. So I said, Mateo, you know, he went through the mentoring program and this is what happened. So you could go through and find a family, a person, somebody who's interested in being part of that communication that you're doing, and let them talk about the impact it's had on them. That's also part of your evaluation, really, right? So you go through, you collect numbers, but you also talk to people and you ask them what's working well for them or not. So basically, the idea of a pitch really fits back into everything else you've been doing, right? So when you're writing the proposal, when you're thinking about sustainability, when you talk about communications, it's all really the same thing. It's a way to get at certain issues so people can see that you're the best entity to be funded. It helps you think through sustainability and communicate why to create buy-in.